Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind.
Sit in the hip like, whenever you tip them up, got to sit in the hip like, whenever
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that.
Got him and stays fair.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we bring it to you. It's like that.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy!
Quincy! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house. Speed move! Quincy, take the slap! Hike! Here comes Fred Warner!
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson!
Hit the gritty.
Nah, hit the Quincy.
Where is that boy going?
Nobody was little
Oh no!
Bring it, little man.
Camp Jordan!
I'll see you tomorrow, Quasi.
Quincy's in trouble!
I got you.
He pitches it to Saquon! No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
What if you could have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
Walk-off home run.
Here's a shot to the right side.
This is shaping up to be
Here's a strike left side, too.
College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament, live from the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. There's a look at your matchup next on SESN. It's the Pikeville Bears and Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. Only one can advance. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne, glad you're with us. Guys, a thrilling matchup coming up.
Absolutely. The 4th-seeded Pike Bears, the 5th-seeded Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. These two squads split the season series during the regular season. This representing the rubber match.
Yeah, I think we could be here for a while. Last time out, it went to double overtime. Tennessee Wesleyan coming out on top. And I mean, 2 teams full of very good players here. Personal accolades won this week. The Team of the Year awards. J.D. Mahia Andrade, Defensive Player of the Year. Quite a few first team and second teams as well.
So many of them so well deserved. Jaidi was incredible all season long. Excited to see her rewarded for her hard work, her performance on the floor, off the floor too, obviously a real leader in the community. Does great work in the locker room. And I'll run you through the starting 5 for these 2 programs before we tip off. This is the 15-win Pikeville Bears and the 11-win Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. It's Pikeville, Kentucky, Athens, Tennessee battling in the conference tournament. Both proud to represent their hometowns. For Tennessee Wesleyan, Sloan Carpenter will get the start in the 1 hole. It's Lawson, Brown, Lindsay, and Edwards rounding out the starting 5 for them. Rachel Bush, Allie Stone, Jaidi, Warren, and Stebbins rounding out the 5 for Pikeville as we're ready to go between these 2 teams. Welcome inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. It's playoff basketball on the Southeast Sports Network.
Not only did they split that season series, these 2 squads, those were also 2 high-scoring contests as well, so the offensive fireworks plenty in those 2 matchups. We'll see if the defenses reign supreme here in Kingsport.
Pikeville tries this, couldn't get it to go, rebounded by the Dogs. Worked it across. Wanted the entry feed early. This rims out. We'll head the other way. Pikeville to the corner. Driving and hitting the reversal. This is swatted into the air and tipped off the floor. Good drive, and I love the aggressiveness from Stebbins.
That's not a surprise to see from her. She was the conference freshman of the year, also a first-team all-conference selection, and she hits the mid-range jumper. A lot of what Pike does offensively runs through her hands.
Pikeville scores first and gets the lid off the basket, 2-0 Bears.
I think the one that will be interesting today is Allie Stone for Pikeville. Not really got any plaudits this year, but last year's AAC Player of the Year, All-America, 3rd team as well last year.
Obviously extremely well-deserved. Stone was so good all year for Pikeville, made a lot of noise in the tournament. I would look to her to do the same again today. I'd be surprised if she didn't make a lot of noise as this rims out on the Dogs. Second goes perfectly off the bank of the iron for Cameron Brown.
Be interesting to see Pikeville's defensive tactics. Are they going to sit in and invite Tennessee Wesleyan to shoot, or are they going to press? If they sit in, they've got to deal with Cameron Brown, who is the best three-point shooter in the conference.
Bears keep it alive. Entry feed across. Mejia Andrade. Down low in the paint, this goes. Clifton Williams unsatisfied with the possession as the Bears head to the other end of the floor.
Unsatisfied, as most coaches typically are at the beginning of a game.
Mejia Andrade, a 6'1" senior out of Colombia. Fires this from range and buries that. My goodness, the Bulldog hits it from Athens. It's Lawson.
For sure, Tally Lawson knocking that one down. One of the leading scorers on this Bulldog unit.
Through the front court, flipped forward by Jalea. Rattles off, fighting for the rebound down inside, and she gets it to go. Nice bucket by Rachel Bush. She's got 4 points already as we're gonna see the Bears jump back out in front.
Bush crashing the offensive glass there, something she's done a lot of this year. Top 10 in the conference in rebounds per game.
Yeah, and she's someone who perhaps hasn't been spoken about too much this year either. And she was All-American honorable mention last year for good reason.
Lawson's got 5 points already. On the straightaway, Rachel Bush dishes this to the end line, and too much sauce looking for Andrade. We're tied again already. A couple of ties early between the Bears and Bulldogs, which is interesting. Tennessee Wesleyan is always a team that comes in seated lower than they play in the tournament on this women's side. They always come in kind of in the middle of the pack, it feels like, and they're always a tough out.
Yeah, well, they were a 7 seed last season, and they upset the 2nd seed Johnson and the 3rd seeded Reinhardt Eagles in back-to-back days to earn their way to the conference championship game, and then very nearly knocked off the top-seeded Milligan Buffs, losing that one 79-75. So Tennessee Wesleyan has experience being able to make runs in this tournament. They know it's possible.
This goes automatic. The trigger pull from downtown Kingsport for the 3-ball.
Also, 2 matchups, 2 close games with these 2 squads, so there's going to be a little bit of that extra edge to this one as well. Someone's going to come out on top in this season series, a rare 3rd matchup between 2 teams.
Lawson drives down to the low block and didn't like it, kicked back outside for TWU. Tournament time in Tennessee as the Dogs can't knock this down. I feel like Tennessee Wesleyan just always hot for the tournament. There's something to that, but I don't know what it is. Driving, and she'll take the extra step as this is going back with Tennessee.
And that's a great point. They're always hot coming into this time, and it seems like when the calendar flips to February, they start to find another gear. They're 5-2 in this month, heading into the tournament, playing some of their best basketball. So this is looking eerily similar to how they entered the tournament last season.
Sorry. Crowd mic picking up a cough or two there. 9-6, 5.5 to go still in the first as this is given off to White, who just came into the game. Jordan White back to Lawson across in the entry feed to the top of the block. Bulldogs have it poked away by the Bears as Pikeville can't come up with a steal. Allie Stone got the assist moments ago and the defensive rebound as this is hauled in by the Bears and pitched down the floor. Coming quickly. U-Pike outside for the corner 3. It's weak. Clifton Williams directing traffic for his Bears. Pikeville sees Jordan White run the floor from the front court. She'll take the orange along the block and kick it back out. fired and too much sauce. Couldn't get that to go. Lawson watches as the Bears take back over. They've got the lead by 3 halfway through our first. Oh, the trigger pull rattles, bounces, and drops. It's 12-6 as the Bears have doubled up the Bulldogs early.
Anika Stebbins getting involved, getting the scoring going early on.
Stebbins has got 5 for Pikeville.
We've spoken a lot about that top 3 sort of 3-woman weave atop the AAC with Reinhardt, Bryan, and Milligan. U-Pike, they've been the 4th seed in the AAC for the past few seasons. They've been that 4th squad throughout this year. They have a lot of talent. They played Milligan tough. They took a game off of Milligan, rather. Also had some close contests with both Bryan and Reinhardt this year, so they're trying to prove that they deserve to be right along the top of those teams in the conference.
Howard checks into the game. We're going to get a timeout between these two. Pikeville out ahead early. Back in Kingsport with a tournament, the trigger pull right off the rip. They took a point away from Pikeville. They said that was a long 2, not a 3.
Tennessee Wesleyan yet to really get their shooting going so far. 2 from 11 from the field. It's not the type of percentages you really want in a big game like this.
Yeah, the offense late arriving, and right now, Anika Stebbins seems to be putting her foot on the gas for you. Pike really is shaping up to be a big night for her.
Through the center of the floor. Oh my goodness, shakes her back outside. 3-ball, pinball's out. Bears whipped down the floor, long range feed to the back door, and just couldn't get hooked up with Jalaya as this sails.
You can see the intent there from Pikeville. Stebbins winning the ball back in first thought. The long pass to start the attack. Wasn't to be for Pikeville, but be surprised if we don't see that too often.
Allie Stone ready to check back into the game for the Bears as Clifton Williams sends her to the center of the floor. And here comes Stone. Stone had another great year for the Pikeville Bears. Averaged 9 per game, shot 43% from the floor, 38% from long range, and 77% at the line. She'll certainly have an impact.
And not quite the year that she had last season, but definitely a dangerous player, a dangerous member of that lineup. Someone that you have to game plan for coming in.
Yeah, I'm always curious about that. How much game planning do the coaches do for tournament? Because it's such a quick turnaround.
Dished outside, fighting for the ball, and we get the horn as this is a shot clock violation.
Well, to that point, I figure in terms of the scout, you lean a little bit on what you used when you played against those teams one time or maybe twice. I would say it's probably easier to have a handle on a team when you played them 2 times compared to once. By that point, there aren't really that many surprises that they can pull out. It's really just playing. And that's always what makes the conference tournament so interesting is the fact that it becomes a war of attrition. You got to play so many days consecutively, and by then, normally it's the team that's able to stay in it physically and mentally that lasts the whole way.
Yeah, Andre, the Colombian, scores, makes it 13-6. Push through, wide, kept alive by the Bears. Pikeville pitches this down the floor. U-Pike, the little bunny goes from mid-range for Allie Stone, who's got 4.
Allie Stone starting to get going for U-Pike, looking more like her All-American self here in the early stages.
Need a break? A break from the grind? The stress? We have just the place. A place where you can let your inner thrill-dilly out. Bristol Motor Speedway, April 10th through the 12th for the NASCAR Food City 500 Triple Header Weekend. 3 days, 3 races, 2 night races, 1 epic weekend. Don't just take a break, race to it. Get your tickets, upgrades, and more now at BristolMotorspeedway.com. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby!
Back on the Southeast Sports Network, 15-6. All Pikeville Bears so far.
And so far a game that's a far cry to what we saw between these two teams earlier this year. 2 games going down to the wire right now. U-Pike in total control.
Stone went to Bush, pops out awkwardly, and taken by the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. They're on the run.
I just think we're waiting for Tennessee Wesleyan to find their shooting because they're getting the opportunities. They've had 14 chances from the field, but to only convert 2 of them says something.
Jordan White takes it inside, and we're headed the other way. Two, maybe 3 possessions left in our first period. Driving down inside and nowhere to go for Annika.
Yeah, that was Steven lowering that shoulder, trying to Debo her way to the rim, unable to do so.
I like that.
Stebbins is quite a physical player. We've seen already that she's been on the deck 4 or 5 times in this first quarter.
Sound like a Debo. I had a neighbor that named his dog Debo when I was a kid.
You know where Debo comes from?
That's a musician, isn't it?
Nah, I'll let you look that one up.
Right. Fires this from range. It's short. Shot clock off. 15 seconds to play still. In this first period, I'm Googling Debo right now on another tab. From the straightaway, drives to the top of the block, and it's wide. So the clock will stop with 2.5 seconds on it. TWU will have time to rip off a shot.
The defense has been impenetrable thus far for U-Pike. Tennessee Wesleyan, 2 of 17.
Well in time, but it's well short, as that'll wrap our first period. We head to period number 2, where it's been all Pikeville Bears, 15-6 on SESN. Entering our second period of play. I keep hearing a crinkling noise. I thought I had it figured out. Well, it's something. We're back.
Fan. Not a fan. Not a fan.
The crinkling noise?
Not a fan.
Second period just getting started.
Yeah, how about Tennessee Wesleyan attacking the offensive glass? It's been a struggle for them from the field thus far. 2 of 18 before mercifully making that shot for their 3rd of the game.
Yeah, no one's really got going offensively. You've got Stone and Bush on 4. They're the top scorers today.
Stone passed it to the baseline. Bush short.
Last night's loss didn't change anything, did it?
Whipped back out front. Lawson gets it right back. Working this all around. Blown dead again as she tries to go inside. Stone exacerbated.
You see over there on the baseline some of the U-Pike Bear players supporting their women's program. On how many campuses would U-Pike's women's team be the best basketball program on campus? As great as they've been this season, I would say it's not really close when you talk about their men's and women's programs. The men's team, one of the best teams in the country.
Which is insane. Whipped all around, back to the corner. She'll light it off. Annika has it rim out. She's got a couple points already, looking for her first 3 of the game. Rolling through the second period. Pikeville Bears in the driver's seat for now. They've been in control. Tennessee Wesleyan specializes in frustrating offensive units. Look at this. Pitched inside and tipped into the air by Bush, who gets the steal and whips it down the floor to Stone. Reversing fields quickly. The Bears are set up.
Pikeville did so well there to turn defense into attack. Looked like the ball was going to go out for a Wesleyan ball, but not to be.
Annika has 4 points as she scores on a quick play. Rachel Bush credited with a steal. Stone will get the assist.
Yeah, the effort level for U-Pike defensively has been sensational to start this game. U-Pike, a team that's probably more well-known for their offense coming in, but flying around everywhere on defense.
Jalaya gets the bucket. She's got 4 points, got the rebound as well. Bears working this to the top of the block. Stone whips it to the wing. Annika, the entry pass intercepted, the steal by the Bulldogs of TWU. Tennessee Wesleyan tries this from the wing, it's strong.
And good looks have been few and far between early for the Bulldogs. They have to take advantage of the ones that they get.
Pitch to the corner, 3 ball strong. Bush will let Stone run the floor.
Bulldogs just cannot get the lid off the basket. A real struggle from the field. Now 3 of 18.
And that's pretty typical for them. But what they do is they force opponents to suffer offensively as well. Really good at stymieing opposing offenses, but I think Pikeville just too hot to handle.
And it hasn't really been a dominant offensive game from U-Pike.
Tennessee Wesleyan. Lawson hits that one from the parking lot.
But it hasn't been a dominant offensive game for U-Pike just yet. Their defense has been sensational, but now Tennessee Wesleyan starting to find their footing on offense and creeping back into this ball game.
Annika hands it off. Sophie harassed and stopped by Lawson.
From the coaching perspective, if they're making the opportunities, their shooting standards got to get better once they get. Maybe the depth perception, again, causing an issue. It's the first time they've played here, but at least they're getting the opportunities. It'd be more worrying if they weren't.
Yeah, but that's a fair point, the depth perception being an issue. We've seen teams 7 through 10 do battle, so they already had a game under their belts coming into today. U-Pike and Tennessee Wesleyan, their first times playing this week.
Bulldogs just lose the ball. Leslie Hames will get lucky as they regather this. Taylor Lawson to inbound. She's got 6 points. Down the side of the block off the window, hauled in by the Bears of Pikeville.
Andrade ripping that rebound away to switch possession in favor of the Bears.
Pulls the trigger and just off the mark for Jalaya. Pikeville still leading by 4. Tennessee Wesleyan looking to trim that margin down to 1. A bit strong.
Lawson's been very aggressive in this game, up to 8 shot attempts, just 2 of 8 from the field.
The Bears of Clifton Williams. Entry feed stolen away down inside by the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan.
It feels as though Tennessee Wesleyan have not been nearly as ruthless as they should be, but with it only being a 4-point game, it's still in it completely. We know with basketball, confidence is massive. Once they hit 1, everything will start to go in.
Good pass through and the foul down inside as she runs into a triple team. Jada Edwards took the feed from Sloan Carpenter. It looked like she'd be able to finish it. Fouled, and she'll go to the line.
That was a nice offensive set there by Tennessee Wesleyan, getting that empty side screen roll to work, getting a roller going into the rim, and they're hoping that they can start to execute a little bit more as this second quarter continues.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back in Kingsport between the Bears of Pikeville and Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan. A quiet second period. We're at the line. Jada Edwards gets her first to go. No surprise to see that. 78% at the line this season. The sophomore averaged 9 points per game for Tennessee Wesleyan. Second goes as well as we're within 2.
And the Bulldogs inching closer. They were down by double digits at one point in that first quarter. Here in the second quarter, right back in the ball game, trailing by just a bucket.
Warren went to the wing. The step and drive through the block as it's stolen away. Jordan White down the floor and down inside. We get the call. White can't believe it.
Looked like she just got too excited there. It was a good opportunity for them to come level for the first time in a long time and doing too much.
We saw 4 ties in the early stages of this. Since then, it's been pretty much back and forth. Harassed on the straightaway. She knifes her way through. It's too much sauce.
Yeah, Tennessee Wesleyan defensively, they've really settled in.
Bears get it to go on the steal way back down inside.
That's what we call in soccer a hospital pass. Passed it, absolutely stitched her teammate up there.
Hospital pass means something very different in football.
It sure does.
American football, I should clarify. Did you see that hospital pass by Atlanta United last year? I'll take that as a no as we get the foul down inside. We got to dig that up. We got to dig that up and play it. $19-15, 3:45 still to go in our second period. Closing in on the half between these two. Not a lot of changes from how we started early. Pikeville 9 of 23, 39%. TWU slowing them down a bit on the attack. Bulldogs 5 of 27, 17% from the floor.
Angelia Warren has to get going for you. Pike came in as one of the best scorers in the conference right now, a struggle for her.
And down on the baseline, fouled. Sloan Carpenter waiting to check in for the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan.
And I thought that U-Pike came out defensively and really imposed their will in the first quarter, but their offense still late arriving. That's the biggest reason why they really didn't create more distance early on in the game, and their offense still struggling as their defense is keeping them ahead.
It's such a stacked Pikeville team. When you've got Annika Stebbins coming off the bench, you've got Ali Stone on the bench right now as well.
Got that to go. It's 20-15. That goes as well. 21-15.
If this game continues to take this type of tenor, Tennessee Wesleyan, not the type of offense that U-Pike was throughout this year, it's likely advantage Bulldogs if they can turn this into a possession-by-possession game. Meanwhile, if it turns into a track meet, you have to think that's advantage U-Pike.
I'm telling you, that's what they do. They did this last year. They had a game where it was like both teams were shooting 21%. Maybe the slowest sporting event I've ever watched. A masterclass in frustration.
Frustration for the teams or for everyone watching?
Stolen. Down the floor go the Dogs. Outside, they're barking. 6-point game. Tennessee Wesleyan knifing through, and the floater goes. How about that shot? Delivered by Cameron Brown, the freshman.
And it's always so interesting to see that clash of styles. Those teams that are defensive, they like to crawl the ball up the court, and then those teams that like to get out and run. And in conference tournament situations, it's always fun to see which squad takes over the game and gets a chance to play it on their terms.
Running the floor is Carpenter. Sloan, a former Bradley Barrett. I mentioned one of them playing for the Johnson Royals during our last broadcast and how successful they've all been collegiately. How many championships Bradley Central High School has won. We have a dog pile, pun intended, on the edge of the floor.
Very much so.
Sloan Carpenter, another former Bradley Barrett.
It's interesting. You don't often see people transfer in within the conference, going from Johnson to Tennessee Wesleyan. Not that common across all sports in the AAC.
Later on today, we're going to see another inter-AAC transfer. We had Livingston Cross, who was at Union last season and made the move to go to Johnson for this year, his grad season. Losing the basketball, Tennessee Wesleyan, very disjointed offensively. Again, it has been a great defensive game for the U-Pike Bears so far.
Really nice work. Yeah, Bradley Central just constantly turning out products. It started with Ryan Howard, this most recent stretch of success. Ryan went on and played in the NCAA and now a star in the WNBA for Atlanta. That was back in 2018 when she was so good. All of her teammates going on playing Division I basketball. They won the state championship that next year after she was Miss Basketball here in the state of Tennessee in 2019. Then Kimora Fields becomes the most valuable player in the state. Harmony Ware winning that award in 2024. Kimora's going to go on and play, I believe, at Virginia for the Cavaliers. I covered Kimora earlier this year when they played against Hamilton Heights, and that program, I'm telling you, there's just nobody that good. But state championships, they've won 4 of the last 5 in Tennessee in girls basketball. Pikeville the foul. 3-point game. No. Pikeville just keeping in the lead, just hanging in there.
Yeah, their offense really hasn't been what it's been this season. It's been a better defensive showing for them than we're used to seeing, but a worse offensive showing. It's really been canceling out.
Well, at one point they were shooting 46% from the floor back in the first period, and they've cooled all the way off to 36%. Tennessee Wesleyan heating up, I guess, from 15% to 23.
Can't really cool down from 15%.
Yeah, well, heating up, that's, you know, but is that, I mean, 8 more percent? That's good.
Statistically, but
they got microwaved for like 21 seconds.
Watching the game, you can still tell that UPike is dictating things to them defensively. Tennessee Wesleyan is not really generating a ton of good looks. Their offensive process hasn't been there so much in this game. UPike just hasn't been able to generate much themselves on offense.
Ball clatters off. Bears take it. Bucket could be huge before the break. Down the floor and fouled by Lawson.
Yeah, almost taking out the camera down there, too.
Look out, we can't lose another. We're losing them left and right. We're down like 3 cameras this day of the tournament.
But Tennessee Wesleyan still struggling. Only 7 made field goals, 22%. UPike is hoping that the defensive performance that they're putting together eventually will matter more in the second half once their offense eventually comes to play.
Pikeville's got more turnovers, but they've scored more points off turnovers, 7-4. 25 rebounds to the 16 of the Bulldogs. Equal on assists, 3 blocks for Pikeville, none for the Dogs. 7 steals for TWU, 5 for Pikeville.
We've got Cameron Brown for the Bulldogs, who all freshman team and second team, all AAC. Largely thanks to her ability from distance, and she's not got going at all today. 0 from 3 from range.
The give. 3 seconds. 2 across to the wing. The 3 ball, the buzzer beater, a bit strong. Would have brought us within 1 at the half, but instead, a 5-point advantage to the Bears of Pikeville headed into the break. Guys, brief thoughts.
UPike Bears defense smothering Tennessee Wesleyan so far, but the Bulldogs hanging around. They're still well in this ball game going into the second half.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have been good at creating the chances, but converting them is another story. So I'm sure the halftime team talk will be about that. Relax, do what you've been doing all season. Maybe the occasion's getting the better of them in the final position.
5-point advantage to the Bears headed into the break, 24-19 Pikeville.
It's time.
Punch down time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I'm Bijan Robinson, running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Mental health makes me a better person and athlete just because whenever my mind is clear, I perform so much better. So mental health for me is the priority because it controls everything in your body and it gives you the chance to be the best physically you can be.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Okay, so before we come over, can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course. So does Friday work?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll bring pizza.
Our Orlando story is packed with outdoor activities and our love for nature. We knew Orlando was a great city, but couldn't imagine it had so much nature around it. Coming here makes you aware of your surroundings. All you need is a bike, so you can enjoy every part of this beautiful city while being outdoors. This is our Orlando story. What's yours?
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. Because since that revolution they said we'd lose, we just couldn't choose to stop being American. We put Hemi V8s back on the strip and packed 8 layers in a 7-layer dip. We're body slams and blue suede shoes, rock and roll, jazz and blues. Rockin' mullets and Rat Pack suits, even our grandmas have tattoos. We're NASCAR, rock stars, rodeo, monster trucks and power boats. Welcome to our epic show. Keep winning on Sunday, move horsepower Monday, shake the earth and carve terrain, rock the anthem like Kenny Wayne. So get out there, take your swings, burn rubber after the American dream. Rev your engines and let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco, como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
All right, boys, remember who we are and who we represent. It's not about a place, it's about a people. Yeah! And we hit the field like woo, woo, woo.
All day like woo,
all night like woo,
woo.
New job like
damn.
We the boys like woo, our time like woo,
all that's like woo. We favorite.
Okay, Mom. You all right, baby?
Honolulu like
Chattanooga like
Downtown like Westside
like Japan like
Brazil like all day like All night light, all day light, all night light, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day.
Hey, whoa, what is going on here?
I go where Saquon goes. Get out of here!
Mental health plays a big role in the game of basketball. The preparation it takes just leading up to a game. Mentally, you have to be totally focused, totally engaged, and away from all other distractions, because any other distractions can get you off kilter. It's very important for our team to prioritize mental health. If you have issues or problems, go speak to someone about it. Open up, don't shy away. Mental health is the key.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero. Steal the show. Or even start a new club. You can meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
There is a moment in your life when you decide to truly live. To take that trip you've always wanted. I see now what I've been looking for. A feeling of belonging. A belonging to nature. This is a place where people and nature live in harmony. This is my Alaska story. What will yours be?
It's time.
Punch down time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Much in the air.
So much in the air.
I'm scared. Cause it doesn't mean so much in the air. Boy, can you hold me? Boy, can you hold me?
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, and off the rip, we are running to the other end of the floor, but the foul will keep this from going. Glad you're with us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne here for the ride.
Yeah, so far it's been U-Pike controlling the game defensively again, coming into this game as one of the more vaunted offensive units in the AAC, but it's been their work on the defensive end that has carried them to this early lead. Tennessee Wesleyan struggling to get anything going.
Yeah, really it's been the story of the struggling offenses. Both attacks not really into the rhythm that they usually are. Tennessee Wesleyan especially, normally very good from distance, really struggling to get there. They've had the opportunities they've been creating, they just cannot finish the chances.
Bulldogs kicking out to Lawson. Low scoring affair as this does go to open up the second half for Tennessee Wesleyan. This so far would be by far our lowest scoring game if it continues at this pace.
And I would think coming into it that would be advantage Bulldogs because of the way that they played and how U-Pike wants to try to get up and down, but the Bears seem right at home playing this grinded out style.
Yeah, I can't stress enough this is on purpose. They know that U-Pike would outscore them if they let them run free. This season, they've averaged 60 points per game. Tennessee Wesleyan trying to slow things down intentionally.
Yeah, but it seems like U-Pike is really comfortable playing that way. I wasn't really expecting to see them sort of dictate that style of game here today.
No, they've done well in the style, and they're definitely, for the most part, in the driver's seat. I'm not surprised to see them adapt to it well. I would think they would be leading by a wider margin, though, in spite of it.
Yeah, their offense really hasn't been that effective either, and that's why they're not really up by a whole lot. Some of that credit to Tennessee Wesleyan, but U-Pike has missed their fair share of good looks.
What do you see in that 2-3 zone they're playing? Is it that's making this happen? Sloan Carpenter hands it off.
Potentially, you throw different looks out there because you really just want to junk up the game and force a team to take some extra thought into their offensive possessions, more so than just keeping a team out the paint. A zone is meant to really make an offense execute. Instead of just having a player take the ball from the top of the key and run to the rim, you have to use ball movement and player movement, a little bit more of a mental game to be able to break a zone.
Well, I think it's been really interesting the way that they've sat in the zone, but every time the ball's gone to Cameron Brown from distance, they got someone out with her, and she hasn't really been able to have some time, have some space that Stebbins just had there.
I thought Annika had it, and the response would have deadlocked us at 26. Instead, we're headed the other way with the Pikeville Bears on the ball.
Such a surprise to see Tennessee Wesleyan continue to struggle from downtown. Second in the conference in three-pointers made going into this one.
This rattles off.
I'm not taking either one of you guys.
Quickly down the floor, Lawson. Ball skeeters through the paint and is scooped up by the Bears of Pikeville. U-Pike drives to the top of the block. Bush knocks this down. It's 28-23.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Stebbins, a straight line drive, getting to the middle and finding a wide open Bush for the midi.
There's something quite nice about the way Stebbins plays. She sees space, she runs into it. She doesn't mind if she gets hit along the way. Sort of relishes that physical side of it.
Yeah, she really sort of invites that contact to occur. She likes to play through it.
Hook shot goes down low for TWU as we're back within 3 in Kingsport.
They're sitting all the way back, surrendering a ton of space for Anika Stebbins.
Stebbins drives from the low block, kicks it outside. On the way, it's short.
So now it seems like there has been a decided defensive adjustment by Tennessee Wesleyan. They realize that Stebbins is at her best getting downhill, forcing her way into the paint. Now the player guarding her is pretty much sitting at the free throw line, daring her to shoot.
Jump ball on the floor.
So as time goes on, that sort of becomes a mental hurdle that you have to overcome, understanding that the opposing team is pretty much playing 4-on-5 almost. I think getting Stebbins off the ball and allowing her to come back door would go a long way towards opening her up. She's almost too easy to guard when they play her on the ball.
Did they switch to a man, Tennessee Wesleyan?
It's a man, but they're sending that defender sitting all the way back on Stebbins to help inside.
That's interesting. I've not seen that defense very often at all.
I've seen it happen sometimes when you have a player who's a great driver and not as effective as a jump shooter, so you're able to help and choke off those driving lanes. Anika Stebbins has to try to find ways to be effective, and if I was her coach, I would try to get her off the ball and allow her to be a contributor in that way from the dunker spot.
A couple of changes on the floor. Lindsay gets it to go. Keep hearing the crowd mic and it throws me off. The guys sitting right on top of it are just talking about whatever.
cool if we could get their insight on the game.
Pikeville off the mark. We've definitely done that at tournaments before. We've let them know we were going to throw it to them every now and then at the table. Three ball wide. Tennessee Wesleyan keeps it alive. This is Carpenter. Sloan back to the straightaway where White will drive. Finesse to the top of the block. Somehow keeps it, and now a jump ball forced by Rachel Bush.
And it's very rare that you have a game where you're shooting 27% from the field and you're still in it. But the Bulldogs, right in the mix.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
I love media timeout.
Why? So even like when we do even when I'm doing stuff like on ESPN and we do the media timeouts, fouled at the end of the play, couldn't get it. They actually we have a spotter for those media timeouts that is like working for ESPN. They call him the Red Hat. And so there's somebody on the field for college football at the Division I level or basketball that is called the Red Hat that signals it's good to go to the official. We don't have that here, first of all.
Yeah.
And they're not. The timing is important. Like, it's got to be the same amount of time every time. Believe it or not, like when we do wrestling and lacrosse, field hockey at the Division I level, we don't have a red cap for those unless it's like a Power 5 school. And I have to signal that we're done with the commercial break. So I do, like the official looks at me and I'm like, hang on.
I'd love that job.
That's awkward. That's awkward.
You can pick some longer adverts.
Because everyone sees him looking at me, and I'm like, don't look at me. I'm not trying to get looked at. I'm just trying to call the game.
I'm glad they were never brought into soccer.
Oh, they have it in soccer.
Really?
Off the front. At least in the NCAA. They just play through, though, unless there's a stoppage. Down across the block, she gets it to go.
Rachel
Bush gets the rebound and the points.
Rachel Bush forcing her way into the paint, and now Pike all of a sudden.
Pikeville tries the three, regathered and fouled down inside.
And Gabe, I know that you talked about Tennessee Wesleyan being comfortable playing that style, that slower, grinded out style, but they haven't dictated that in this game. It hasn't been played on their terms. Pike has grounded Tennessee Wesleyan's offense to a halt, and they're firing everywhere, flying all around the court. Now, their offense hasn't been effective and efficient, but they're finding ways to carve out points.
Yeah, Tennessee Wesleyan are going to have to start being a bit more proactive offensively. Otherwise, they're going to run out of time, and the gap's going to get too big.
Yeah, they're getting a taste of their own medicine, I would say. So now they have to try to find unique ways to free up their players to score.
What is that? Is that a plane? Oh, it's a trash can. That's loud. Anyhow, off the mark, 35-27. 3 minutes to play still in the third. Three ball short. Sloan Carpenter hauls it in.
Can't ask for a better look if you're Taylor McKenzie. Shots just haven't been falling for these teams.
Bulldogs try this, a bit strong, and hauled in by Allie Stone.
In games like these, a double-digit advantage would just seem so difficult to overcome without much consistency on the offensive end.
Yeah, you need to see a real change from just the whole way Tennessee Wesleyan are playing. You need to be much more active, much more trying to do something as opposed to just being part of Pikeville's game.
Good feed inside, and the little bunny extends the lead to double digits for the Pikeville Bears, 37-27. 37-27, Pikeville Bears leading the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs in what has been a fairly close matchup between these two.
Yeah, U-Pike's starting to create some distance right now. They're finding points really like found money, just a 2 here, a fast break there, and 1 there. Very workmanlike approach to this game for the Lady Bears.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just haven't really got going either. And the Bears have just been able to control the tempo, control the game, not let any momentum go in favor of the Bulldogs.
Foul down on the baseline.
And it's just been so striking how there really hasn't been a ton of movement out of the offense for Tennessee Wesleyan, not a whole lot of player movement. It's really a lot of one-on-one basketball taking place. And credit to the U-Pike Bears. They're doing what Udonis Haslam always said that he imparts upon players that he coaches and advises. He says, you got to guard your yard. And that's what the U-Pike players are doing right now.
Haynes finished the regular season 91% at the line. Missed the first, gets that one to go.
Well, Tennessee Wesleyan have a much younger team than Pikeville. That could be a big factor today. Pikeville have had players that are experienced, that have been there, that have done it. The Ali Stones, the Mahia Andrades.
2 minutes left in our third. Separated by 9 as we get the call.
No, Frank, that's a great point. You can tell that U-Pike sort of understands what it means to play in these type of situations. You can tell that they've been there before. They've done these things. And it's how they've sort of adjusted their game to fit this style that we haven't been used to seeing them play. We're not really used to seeing them sort of take on that slower, grinded out approach, but they know that that's what wins here in February and March.
From the elbow outside, Haynes dices her way backwards and lets the Orange go for the 3-ball.
Much needed made three-pointer there from Leslie Haynes. 4th in the conference in three-pointers made. They're trying to get rolling offensively, still in it, down by 6.
37-31. Pikeville Bears back with the ball. Driving, she'll give it. The go down inside for Annika. It rims and drops after rattling all around.
Yeah, that was a great attack by Stebbins. Again, the defender retreating immediately. She had to throw that over 2 separate defenders. Somehow, some way, getting it to fall.
Carpenter, jab step and lets it go from the 3-point line. Back-to-back threes, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point game again as the Bulldogs get their first 3 out of Carpenter.
Wesleyan finally showing up offensively.
On the way this goes, the 3-ball in response for the Pikeville Bears.
And a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Jalea Warren with an answer. All of a sudden the threes raining and the offense is starting to wake up.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
And I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
There you go.
Yes, I can.
Carpenter handed it off. Down inside. This is off the mark and fouled as Leslie tries to take it back up. Hames had a really nice regular season. She's got 4 points now. Missed one of her first 2 at the line today after going 90% at the line in the regular season.
And both of these teams were so effective from long range. UPike coming into this game tops in the conference in three-point percentage. Tennessee Wesleyan coming in at 3rd. It's been a struggle for both squads from downtown.
Gets the second to go as they remain really close. Just a couple of seconds left in this third. Long floater through midcourt. Tennessee Wesleyan takes it down and in time as this is short. So we go to our final quarter in a slugfest, 42-36, that sees the Pikeville Bears in the lead against the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Back in Kingsport between the Pikeville Bears and Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. Welcome to our final period of action between these two.
Something tells me this quarter could only get better than the 3 we've seen before.
Yeah, the offenses began to pick up. 18-17 final in that 3rd quarter. So hoping that both teams are settled in on that end of the floor.
Hit the jab step. Tries this. Bush rattles and goes. 44-36. An 8-point advantage to the Bears of Pikeville.
The turnaround fader and Tennessee Wesleyan now sort of with their backs against the proverbial wall, in need of some offensive consistency. They have not been able to find it thus far.
Well, I guess my math that I like to keep going back to, obviously everything changes in that final period in the last couple minutes, but they've scored 12 points per quarter so far. They're trailing by 8, so Pikeville in striking distance of putting this out of reach statistically.
Anything can happen in the final quarter, though.
Yeah, Tennessee Wesleyan also, they're really just one run away, I would say. They're more than capable of putting that together.
Yeah, they could literally pop off for 9 points in the next minute.
But again, the way that UPike has played defensively, that's not going to be an easy feat.
Returning for Tennessee Wesleyan, number 25, Taylor Edwards.
Couple of changes on the floor for TWU and the Bears. Barry got 1 of 2 at the line, made it 44-37. Bush has got 12 points, 6 for Adkins, Warren with 8, Annika with 10, 3 for Carpenter and Brown, 12 for Lindsay, and 6 for Edwards and Hames. Stolen. Down the floor go the TWU Bulldogs. Backdoor pass, Carpenter to the straightaway.
That's where Wesleyan can be more direct. They've got the chance, get the shot away.
Leslie bangs through down inside, recovers her own miss, still fighting for it. Hames the foul.
And I keep going back to that defensive adjustment. It's been a real cat and mouse game between the coaches, Clifton Williams of UPike, Jason Smith of Tennessee Wesleyan. Coach Smith made a great adjustment of having the on-ball defender of Annika Stebbins retreating into the paint as soon as she touches the basketball, providing another player to help on cutters and really not allowing her to do what she does best, and that's take on straight line drives to the rim. She hasn't really produced at the same clip ever since that decision was made. UPike's still trying to find ways to get her involved, so it's been a little bit more of off-ball action with her. And even in those situations, if that defender retreats, they can help on others in the gap and get back to her. So we'll see sort of how Coach Williams navigates the adjustment that Jason Smith made for his team.
Pitched down to the floor and stolen. Back down inside. Tennessee Wesleyan. They trail by 5. Hames. She'll pull the trigger and hits this one from the front porch of Eastman Chemical downtown.
Dan, don't look now. Here come the Bulldogs starting to build some momentum offensively, and now some pressure for Pikeville to answer.
And Pikeville answers with a timeout on the floor. 8 minutes still to play between these two in Kingsport.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
In Kingsport, way back on the front court. Stone runs the floor for the Bears. Allie harassed, able to keep it away. Wanted to go inside instead to the straightaway. Pikeville, the spin move off the window and not quite able to get it to drop Mejia Andrade. Mejia gets it to go down inside. The Colombian scores a pair.
Yeah, it was the great effort on the offensive glass that gave UPike a second chance opportunity.
Well, there's an example of that experience we were talking about. The first one didn't work, the second one will.
Aims the trigger pull. Just short. Remains a 4-point game. This could be a huge trip down the floor for the Bears.
Yeah, what a lay-in from Jalea Warner. You see the entire UPike Bear men's program on their feet asking for the foul.
A dozen points for Rachel Bush, 10 for Warren, 10 for Stebbins, 6 for Mejia Andrade. The gym full all day in Kingsport. Not too late to join us. AACsports.com. Get tickets. Come on out. Super cheap to get in. You can stay for all the games, too. Bring the kids. Cameron Brown pitched it over the top. Sloan Carpenter. 6 on the shot clock. 5. Back outside. The 3-ball from the wing. Off the mark. Crushed down inside as we get the whistle. Oh, it looked like it hurt.
Yeah, hit the hardwood quite hard there.
Yeah, it's never fun to hit the ground.
Can't help but feel this is quite a big moment for the Bulldogs. Make this and it's within touching distance once more.
Returning from Pikeville, number 3, Sophie Atkins.
Cameron Brown has 3 points. Gets the first. Brown this season 85% at the line, a freshman for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, she's been one of the more consistent players throughout the season. Not really got going today. Perhaps part of the reason that the shooting's not been as high as it usually is for Wesleyan.
And I believe we'll have back-to-back Tennessee Wesleyan games. The men's team playing CIU next.
You got it. CIU very good this season. Bumping around down inside of the foul. Taylor Novinger keeping us in the loop on what's going on with the Rams over in South Carolina, the Palmetto State. This goes. Second goes as well. 50-44. Good move through traffic in the press. Pitched way outside to Sloan. Carpenter to the top of the block. Open on the wing from the side of the floor, short.
Missed opportunities for the Bulldogs.
Bears reversing the end to the floor. Wide open in the corner. It's knocked down from Pikeville, Kentucky. She gets it to go.
Look at the way Annika Stebbins played that rebound, said it's her ball, turned defense straight into attack, and now Pikeville seconds away from conceding a three-pointer. Give themselves one.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that that was a 6-point swing. Tennessee Wesleyan wide open three on the other end for UPike.
Dogs do respond with a little layup of their own. Gets a couple of points back after the 3-ball by Warren. She's got lucky number 13 points on her stat line after the long ball. Warren dishes it to the straightaway, now to the opposing wing. From the side of the floor, Bears rotating. That offense creating some space, unable to get any separation yet, as we do get the whistle down inside.
No basket. NAC Wesleyan foul, 24, Leslie Ames for third, team second. Returning for Tennessee Wesleyan, number 2.
Lawson back onto the floor. She's had a really nice game. Hames is the one who fouled. Pikeville. In the corner, Warren, who hit that three a moment ago. Wanted to try it from the other side, down the baseline, stolen away, pickpocketed. Cameron Brown comes up with possession. Sloan Carpenter hits the E-break and tries the other side of the block. Wing three, short. Kept alive, and somehow the Bulldogs come up with it. Leslie Hames buries the three for Tennessee Wesleyan.
And a team that's been so effective all season shooting from long range, you just knew it would be a matter of time before they connected on one of those great looks.
Down inside the foul. And one.
Again, Tennessee Wesleyan, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the AAC all season long. 6 of 26 from downtown. UPike, the best three-point shooting team in the conference, 3 of 17. So both squads trying to navigate sort of some ice-cold shooting.
First goes. And the longer this game goes on, the more important every point becomes, obviously. Tennessee Wesleyan has continued to heat up. They got another 20 seconds in the microwave, if you will. They're shooting 28% from the floor. Pikeville hot again at 42% as a team. But I think the free throws will be important. Pikeville shooting 88% at the stripe today. TWU 77.
Yeah, to have 14 of them converted already in the game is massive. And with only a 6-point gap between the teams, that just shows the importance of making sure you convert from that position.
On the wing, Bush.
Yeah, we've spoken already throughout these first 2 days how razor thin those margins become here in the conference tournament. Tennessee Wesleyan having one additional free throw attempt and one less free throw make, things like that really can go a long way towards determining who wins these showdowns.
Sent onto the floor, hung on to by Mejia Andrade. Inside of 4 minutes to play, as this one's going to come down to the wire. Only one team will move on. It's the AAC basketball tournament on SCSN. Fights her way through, short. Pinball to the floor. Here come the Bulldogs of TWU. Led forward, Sloan Carpenter from the baseline, kicked it out front, nearly stolen, recovered. And we get the timeout by Tennessee Wesleyan. That's a great timeout by Coach. Knows they're feeling the pressure. A lot of stress on the floor for the Bulldogs, looking a little out of control. Takes the timeout because, again, every bucket is going to count in these closing stages. 3:19 to go. Pikeville leads the Dogs. Back in Kingsport with college hoops. From the front court, Sloan Carpenter, heavily defended. Carpenter.
This is massive for Wesleyan, making every attack count now. Pikeville started to get into a bit more of a rhythm.
Kicked outside and buried from long range by Hames.
Much needed long range make for her as well. Her team absolutely reeling offensively, but now trailing. This is a one-possession game all of a sudden.
Long entry feed down inside is kicked back outside. 3 points separate us as this has become a barn burner. Mid-range, Bunny knocks it down.
And that's sort of the danger when you decide to sag off of a player as skilled as Annika Stebbins, as much as Tennessee Wesleyan has. When you give her all that space, you're basically giving her a running start to the rim, and she has great touch finishing down low.
Pitched over the top. Cameron Brown knifes her way to the elbow, harassed and fighting with it. Lawson, she'll just fire, and it's short. Two-handed Chuck.
That looked like she was panicking, running out of options, and thought, better just throw it.
Entering for Tennessee Wesleyan, 25.
Wesleyan makes the change. Lawson will come out of the game.
Clay Stone and number 3, Sophie Atkins.
Hey, ball side. Watch your side there, Tidy. Coming your way. 5 up.
Pitched onto the floor. Driving, sent it to the corner to Carpenter, weak. Out front.
That was a great run out for the rebound by Sophia Atkins.
Haven't seen a lot of Jada Edwards today. That's who came on for Lawson. She's got 8 points. The spin move and the drive fouled inside by Edwards on cue. Bush caught at the baseline by her.
Pikeville do really well. Look, whenever it seems to get closer, a bit edgy, the experienced players, the Ali Stones, the Mejia Andrades, the Rachel Bush, just sort of slow it down and play it at their pace and make something happen at their pace.
Yeah, you can tell a real concerted effort from them to try to get downhill once the game gets close, force the issue. And they've been very accurate from the free throw line, not just in this game, but over the course of this season. The leader in the conference in free throw percentage. And right now, that's really coming up big for them down the stretch.
1:42 to play. So Rachel Bush converts both at the line. Dogs will run the floor. They trail by just 7 with 90 seconds to play. Tennessee Wesleyan gave it off. Brown back to Hames. Leslie fights her way through for 16 points. She can't get it, but she's fouled hard and will go to the line. She's a genius drawing those fouls. She keeps going inside, going to that well. She's increased their shooting percentage at the line all by herself. Hames 5 for 6 now.
Yeah, we're seeing Coach Williams of U-Pike lean on sort of these offense-defense substitutions. Taylor McKenzie, Sophie Atkins, 2 of the better perimeter defenders for the Pikeville Bears. He's having them out there to try to continue to aid in their defensive effort, and then offensively getting 2 of his better offensive players back on the floor in Jalea Warren and Allie Stone.
Clifton Williams asking, how many timeouts do I have? And 3 right is the answer. Pikeville Bears leading by 5, 80 seconds to play. Through the front court, Williams watches with a careful eye. Annika from the block, dished outside to Stone, the former player of the year. Bush takes a trip of her own inside. Annika again working that clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inside to Rachel Bush. Fires off the window. It rattles and goes. 61-54. 1 minute to play.
Yeah, right shoulder bump fade. Rachel Bush trying to put the kids to bed in the final minute of the game.
Our broadcast clock 5 seconds behind. On the way, Bush. Bank is closed early today as that one won't go. And the foul inside. Stone gets a hold of the ball.
Well, that's another example. Stone getting on the ball and just stopping it, slowing it down, knowing that she can get the foul.
Rachel Bush has led the way all game long for U-Pike. 7 of 8 from the field. A double-double, 18 points and 10 rebounds.
Stone this season, 77% at the line. Yes, very crucial free throw. Pushes their lead to 62. She's got 5 points.
I think that game's going to be a lot of fun if this holds. Milligan and U-Pike coming up next. The only team that beat Milligan this season, the U-Pike Lady Bears.
On the way, rattles and won't drop off the heel of the iron. 30 seconds to go in the intentional foul. 8-point game, and Tennessee Wesleyan, they're within 5, they're within 4, they're back to a 6-point margin, now trailing by 8. That's at least 3 possessions, and the largest margin we've seen in a while for the Pikeville Bears. TWU gonna have to score quickly and another off the rip.
Yeah, U-Pike really just kept them at arm's length the entire game. Again, really dictated the pace and the tempo of it. Tennessee Wesleyan, a group that wants to play more of that grinded out style, but U-Pike seemed right at home approaching the game in that way. And they really beat the Bulldogs at their own game.
31 seconds to play. Hames off the inbound. 63-54. Down the side of the block. Fires from the baseline and fouled. Hames. The immediate whistle. And that's big. I just mentioned a moment ago, Hames keeps going back to that well. She's at the line. She's living it up down there. She's converting every chance she gets.
But she's found what's worked for her. And unfortunate for her that the rest of the team haven't really joined her in that because she's been efficient.
Bulldogs trailing 63-55. They adjust the score. 63-56 after the second, and a timeout will keep it here Guys, thoughts on what to expect in such a close one?
At this point, it's going to come down to making your free throws if you're U-Pike. They've done that all year long. First in free throw percentage. A great free throw performance this game as well. Tennessee Wesleyan, meanwhile, just see if you can throw some shots up and get closer, and then from there, maybe a quick trap to force a turnover, but very difficult to overcome.
That's a look at our schedule for the day. This is game 4. Next game going to start right close to on time at 3:30 between TWU's Bulldogs and the CIU Rams. I think we've got some clock confusion. (63-56). Foul.
Number 25, Jay Edwards, for 5th personal foul.
21.8 seconds. 63-56. One back. Now make it 2 back as the first goes at the line for Bush. She's got 19 points. 5 on the floor, Carpenter, Howard, Brown, Lindsay, and Hames for the TWU Bulldogs. The Bears get both. It's a 9-point game again. McKenzie, Bush, Adkins, Warren, and Stebbins on the floor for Pikeville. Pushed through and tipped away, regathered, fires off the window and gets it to drop. Cameron Brown, 13 seconds left. Bears trying to kill it. Evades the intentional foul. That could do it as TWU will let Pikeville dribble this out, and the Bulldogs fall to the Pikeville Bears, who continue their incredible run from conference play into the tournament. Congratulations to Pikeville. Lorenzo, a clean victory down the stretch.
It was a clean victory and a very workmanlike victory for U-Pike. I did especially love that cat and mouse game that we had tactically going on between Coach Williams of U-Pike and Coach Smith of Tennessee Wesleyan. The Bears move on, and they're going to try to slay the giant and the top-seeded Milligan Buffs.
Can they do it? And if so, what are the keys to winning a game like that against such a tough program? I mean, do you do something special or different to prepare, or do you just look back on your regular season matchup?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to do anything special, especially when you consider the fact that the 2 games those 2 teams played against each other both went down to the wire. U-Pike actually coming out on top in the second matchup. So if anyone knows what it feels like to beat the Buffs this year, it's the Lady Bears.
We're going to go down and meet our player of the game on the floor with our reporter in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. They're standing by. Here we go.
I'm Frank Osborne, joined by today's player of the game, Rachel Bush. First off, how are we feeling?
Really good. I'm really proud of my team.
And to play against a team that you lost to previously, does it feel good to avenge that?
Yeah, it feels really good.
And going into Milligan now in the next round, what are your feelings ahead of Milligan, a team that you beat previously?
I felt really good about us. I really like us, and I think we have a great chance of beating them.
And you're one of the older members of the squad. How does it feel to be able to lead going into such an important moment where you have to step up?
I just want to be a good role model for our younger girls, because we are a very young team.
Perfect. Enjoy, celebrate. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Rachel Bush, our player of the game, scoring 20 against the TWU Bulldogs. Congratulations to her, and thank you to Frank Osborne, our sideline reporter. That'll do it for us from inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network and Tri-Media.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.